In this video, you're going to learn how to create this GSAP text split reveal on Elementor. Now, this is what we're creating. You've probably seen this on many websites. It's definitely a new style here. Now, this has been highly recommended on my Facebook group, so I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy. Now, in case you want to join my Facebook group and you want to recommend some videos and maybe some cool animations, go ahead and click the link down in the description so you can go ahead and join. Now, I have a slightly different GSAP effect that involves scrolling, and I will be releasing this effect pretty soon, probably like a week after this video. So as you can tell, whenever I scroll into view, the text pops up, and whenever I scroll out and scroll back over, it's gonna do the same effect again. So it just continues to do it over and over whenever you scroll to that specific section. And the video for this will probably be released within a week or two. So make sure you guys hit the bell icon so you guys are notified when this video is released. Now, hopefully you guys end up enjoying the video. If you do, make sure to like it for the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I hope you guys really enjoy. So let's begin. So go ahead and open up your Elementor editor. Now, for those of you wondering, the templates I'm using on this page here are the Dance Studio and the interior design, I believe. I'm just using those together. As you can tell, this one is interior design, and then this one is a Dance Studio blog template. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove basically what's in the middle, and then we're just going to have one section with one column, and then we're going to have an intersection with one column. Now, of course, your circumstances will be differently on your website, but it will work the same way. So go ahead and add a heading, and I'm just going to change my color to white. This part isn't really important, it's just more of my preference, just so then it looks nice. And then we're going to go into the typography, and I'm going to change this to, what was the font that we're going to use here? I think it's called Camroot. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. And we're going to be using this one here, so go ahead and choose that. We're going to do viewport width for the sizing, and we're just going to adjust that maybe to about 4.2. And we're just going to do one for now. We're going to do one heading, and then we're going to do another one here in a bit. I'm just going to grab some random text that I'm going to use that I just grabbed from a text generator. Maybe I'm going to use this one here. Now, it's important to add your text also within your heading, just because for SEO purposes, you still want that same heading to show up, even though we're going to switch it to a different heading text with the animation anyway. Right when we have that, go into advanced on your heading, and then we're going to paste a CSS class called text-reveal, and go ahead and click publish on this. Now, I didn't really adjust this on mobile, but I'm not going to right now, but we can actually just really quick here. Just make sure that looks good on mobile. Now, our script isn't going to affect anything on mobile or tablets, so everything should be fine, and you should be able to adjust everything within your editor here. So now, once you're done with your font here, and you've added that class, go into your dashboard, go into Elementor, go into custom code, go into add new, and we're going to name this GSAP text reveal. And the location, we want this to load on the body end, and we want to load our jQuery. And then go ahead and paste the script that I've provided in the description. And then this part is really important here. So as you can tell, we're targeting our text reveal class that we added to our headline, that we added here. And then we're also targeting on our code here, we're also targeting our H2. So it is very crucial that on your headline, on your heading widget, you make sure that your HTML tag is set to H2. Now, if it's set to H1 or H3 or any of these other ones, go ahead and just change it right over here. If it's set to H1, then you can change this to H1, H3, H4, and so on. But mine is going to be H2. That's why I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so now that we've adjusted that, I'm going to go ahead and just make some adjustments to my GSAP here. I'll go over the GSAP code towards the end of the video. So what we need to do now is make sure that the same text that we ended up using for our headline here, we're going to paste that same text right in here. Okay, and make sure that it's all on the same line. If you have it like this, make sure you pop it right back to the same line. It should look like this. Now I'm going to grab my second sentence that I want to add on here, and I'm going to add it right in this one here, where we have these commas here. And then right between these single quotes here, we're going to go ahead and add our second sentence. Okay, and then make sure you have this all set on the same line, just like so. And then go ahead and hit publish. and make sure that you set this to the correct page. If you have it on the front page, then you can choose the front page. But we're going to choose pages, and then we're going to choose a page that I've created. And I believe this page is called text split reveal, and we're going to use this one here, and we're going to save and close. Now, if we go ahead and refresh this, now you see how it's going to do the transition. It's going to switch, right? But it's not working correctly. So what we need to do is go into our heading, go into advanced, go into custom CSS. This part's super important because this will give it the effect. Make sure you type in selector and go ahead and put in your curly brackets, and we're going to type overflow, and we're going to set that to hidden, and then go ahead and click update. Then now if we refresh this, you notice that we're going to have that effect. So it's going to go up, leave, and then we're going to have different text, and then after a while it's going to go back to the original text again, and there we go. So that's how you create that cool effect. Now, just in case for those of you that want to go ahead and add another headline, say we want to duplicate this one, duplicate this, give this a different text, and we're going to add this sentence here. We're going to go into advanced, and then we're going to change our text reveal CSS class, and we're just going to add a 2 right after reveal, and then we're going to add update. Now we just need to adjust our code, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and duplicate this part here, and then just paste it right under there. And actually what I'm going to add is a comment here, and don't worry, this will be included within the script, but I just want to add a comment so we know which ones are different. So this is going to be new text headline. So from here, we just need to update our class here to text reveal 2. Make sure, very important, that on your content that your HTML tag is set to H2, and it is. And then we also need to change this part here. So change text should also be 2. And then we're going to do the same thing to change text here, 2. And then change text here to 2. All right. And then for our last thing is we have a TL for timeline. We're also going to add a 2 in front of this one. And then we're going to have to update all of these here and add a 2 right in front of each TL. And then the last thing as well is our text widget. We're going to have to do 2. And then we're going to have to update our variables here. So text widget 2, text widget 2, and then text widget 2, and text widget 2. There should only be 4 of these text widget variables. Now, last thing that we need to update is we need to update this variable here. So make sure that you add a 2 right in here as well. So now that's set. Now we can just hit update. Actually, we need to change the text, I believe. So that's the part that I totally forgot, is we need to change our text here to something else. We can't be using the same text as the one above. So I'm going to grab what I was using in here. I'm going to paste it right in here, the same one. Then I'm going to grab a new one here, and I'm going to paste this to our second sentence. Oh, I believe I ended up using the same one here. So let me just grab a different one, and let's do this one here. Move this, and remember it has to be between those single quotes, and then make sure that it's all set to one line like this. And then just in case you have a comma or a single quote right here, make sure you remove it. If you have any single quotes, just remove those so it works properly. You don't want to have any single quotes when you're working with these inside of this box here already. So make sure it's like that. Oh yeah, we have the same text here, so that's why we're seeing the same one there. So let me change this to something else. Make sure that we're not using the same one somewhere there. And then now if we update this and we refresh this, everything should be working perfectly. And there we have it now. There we go. So for those of you that want to learn a little bit of GSAP, let me go over this and give you guys an overview. So basically this right here is just my loader for my GSAP. And we're just targeting this function here, which is right here. And I'm sure a lot of you guys that already know about JavaScript and a little bit of GSAP may already know that. And then we have a variable here where we're targeting this class. And then we have a jQuery script here that's just allowing us to change the text. And then over here, we have our timeline, our GSAP timeline, and our first timeline is calling out this function here, and then that's changing the text. Then after that, we're moving the text from the bottom where you can't see it to where it's visible. So it comes up from the bottom to the top. That's why there's a from to, so from the bottom to the top. And then from there, we go ahead and push it up again. So we move the text up, so then it leaves. And then we change the text. And then from to, we basically do the same thing that we just did, that I just explained over here. The same process as these two that I went over. And then basically we have this set to repeat, and it's just getting repeated every time. So it's infinite. And then what we did here is we just duplicated this script here to another headline. And that's basically how that works. And then down here, we're just targeting our GSAP script here. If you want to add more headings, you can just repeat the same process that I showed you, where you just duplicate this part here and then just change all of the variables and the function names, just update it within your timeline here. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions on this, feel free to comment down below, and I'll definitely try to help you guys out.